Another fine morning in Detroit here at the top of a random parking garage. And I'm here to show you this. This is my brand new car, well, brand new to me at least, imported from Japan, 2000 Suzuki Wagon R RR. So, a little bit about it. This is obviously a K car. It is very, very small. It has a 660cc turbocharged engine. This particular one is a 5-speed manual and 4-wheel drive. So this is about as fully loaded as they come in terms of K cars. This has stuff, for example, like power folding heated mirrors and power windows all the way around, and it actually has a key fob that you can click that will unlock or lock the doors. It also has stuff like fog lights and of course a turbocharger. So this is about as fully loaded as they come. I've always wanted to import something like this, or really any sort of K car, and I have finally gotten around to doing it because the correct deal popped up that I could not refuse. This has a whopping 64 horsepower and around 80 pound-feet of torque. The actual experience of driving it, maybe I will put out a driving video one day, is pretty reasonable. Like it's really not that slow. If you've ever driven like a NA Miata, it's around that level of quickness. So it's definitely slow, but you're not gonna be impeding traffic or, you know, endangering everyone around you. Take a look at the inside here. You can see it also has stuff like dual airbags, which they were starting to think about in the 2000s. You know, hey, maybe we don't want passengers to immediately die. There's the power folding and heated mirrors, like I said. The 5-speed manual transmission, which feels actually pretty nice, to be honest with you. It's got actually a nice radio as well. It's cassette, mini disc, and CD, which is kind of cool. We got stuff like 2 speakers, which some K cars don't have at all, and power windows with even a switch that goes down automatically and up automatically. The interior is pretty spacious, to be honest with you. The car is very narrow, but height and length is not unheard of here in the US. It's pretty spacious, to be honest with you. I actually had my whole family in here. I had 4 people, 4 adults. And they all fit fine. So that's a plus. So let's pop the hood here. I know you can't see that, but let's pop the hood so I can show you this monstrous engine. And this is the F6A. You have a tiny little intercooler right there. You have a tiny little turbo down in there somewhere. And everything in here looks very good, honestly. As far as I can tell, this was a one-owner car just based on the mileage and based on the service stuff that I do have. I do have some service stuff, which is good. We even got ABS, which is cool. A funny story about this is I actually thought this was a K6A, which is a more modern version that has a timing chain. And this intake pipe right here just perfectly covers up down there that timing cover that is hiding the timing belt. So that's a little funny, a little bit of a bummer. I will check that timing belt at some point just to make sure it's not gonna, you know, explode and destroy itself. But it should be fine, because this vehicle, I didn't mention it actually, it only has like 36,000 kilometers, which is like 20 something thousand miles. It's very, 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 very low mileage. So when I say the right deal popped up, that's what I'm really talking about here. I also had these kind of cool looking alloy wheels put on. These are 155/65 14s. So I definitely wanted to get some tires put on while it was in Japan. Those are brand new tires as well, because you can buy these tires on eBay, but the issue is you don't have much choice. You kind of get cheap Chinese all seasons, and that's all you get. So these are slightly better cheap Chinese all seasons, and I got wheels with it for very cheap. Now, the process of importing this was actually really, really easy. I basically bought this car from a YouTuber. His name is Nick. The YouTube channel is called Way Before the Fame. And he works with an exporting company, and he posted the car for sale. I said, hey, I would like it. I messaged him within the first literally 30 seconds of him posting it. This was a very good price. It was $3,000 shipped. So the actual price of the car was about $2,400, and then, like $1,100 for shipping. That was factored into the price to the port of Baltimore, which is what I did. And the exporting company handles all this stuff, and then they export the car and all that good stuff. And then it gets into the U.S., and I was dealing with my customs broker, and he handles most of the paperwork. So all of that stuff was extremely easy. I mean, it went very smoothly. I do believe that anyone with a little bit of research can do that. The issue is that when I actually got it here, the DMV, or as we call it here, the Secretary of State, unfortunately did not like that one of my documents wasn't signed and stamped. And I was trying to explain to them, like, hey, the Port of Baltimore, these big ports that handle tens of thousands of cars a day sometimes, they don't do that anymore, and blah, 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 blah. And they just were not having it. Eventually, I did get it through. I basically just brute forced it. I just kept making appointments until they let me register it, because I knew they would. Like, I had all the stuff there. So, yeah. In terms of, like, content, I don't know. We'll have to see. I might do a little bit of stuff on this car, maybe just some simple maintenance stuff, just because I can, because I've never done that before, and it kind of sounds like it's fun, if not a little annoying, but we can see. Aftermarket parts are kind of hard to find for the Wagon R. This was a very well-selling K car in Japan, but the issue is not many people were modifying them. They mostly save that for the Alto Works and stuff like that. So I'll have to see about that. But you never know. There are blow-off valves and intakes and stuff like that. I was kind of thinking of maybe cutting the muffler off, because 3 cylinders actually sound pretty good, to be honest with you. So I'll have to see. Don't really hold your breath if you're waiting for more content on this car. I'm very lazy and sporadic with what I want to do and take pictures of and all that good stuff. But we'll see. So thanks for taking a look at my car.